So you're fronting the post here with Jaylen Brown, but he's going to go to the corner now. You got to have more urgency here. So, okay, when he goes to the corner, you got to be coming out with him. Like, this is not enough. Look at that. You're too slow. Like, Jaylen Brown just caught the ball, and you're still trying to get out. So you're going uphill as Jaylen Brown is about to be going downhill. Terrible switch by Tre Jones. You've got to get underneath the screener when you switch. Look at Tre Jones, how he switches. Not going to get it done. If the Spurs player is coming to double in the corner here, stop. So this Spurs player here has got to get up the line, because when this pass gets made here, you got to be coming here. This player goes to the corner, you come here. But that doesn't happen. Must have way more urgency when you're guarding Jaylen Brown in the open floor. You need to sprint back and get it in a defensive stance with your feet set. Take a look at Malachi Bradham. Are his feet set and he's in a defensive stance? No, his feet are never set. He's never in a defensive stance, so he gets blown by. Okay, so you're guarding the ball. Now you're not guarding the ball. You have to see the ball and your man. This player is only seeing the ball, so Sam Hauser is open. Timeout. Why are the Spurs switching here? This player's guarding this Celtics player. Stay in the corner. Stay on the wing. What are we doing here? Like, this is ridiculous. Not lean towards this handoff, trying to gamble. Look at the Spurs player trying to gamble and get a steal on this handoff. Well, now you're beat the other way, so what does that mean? Now this player's got to step up and take the ball, and there's nobody that's going to be able to box out Robert Williams. So Zach Collins here needs to be sprinting towards the ball. He's nearest the ball. In transition, you get to the nearest body. So Zach Collins should be sprinting back, getting in a defensive stance with his feet set so he can guard the ball. Tre Jones is not going to be able to come over here and guard the ball one-on-one. But, as I said... Okay, so Zach Collins contests this shot right here. Stop. But Zach Collins' work isn't done, and neither is Tre Jones. Let's back it up here, too. Like, Tre Jones right now should be getting into Al Horford's jersey, not staring at the shot and boxing out. And Zach Collins, the shot goes up. Zach Collins has got to get back in here, turn, and box out. But neither of these Spurs players are boxing out. Get organized in transition, all right? So this Spurs player should be taking the ball. Malachi Bradham can stay here. But if that's not happening, then you got to communicate it right now. So this player goes here, this player goes here. Like, the communication is just horrendous. You just started communicating. So Malcolm Brogdon comes up with this ball. Stop. Devontae Graham needs to get back. Okay, please. Gambling towards this ball. We can't lose you in numbers on defense. Backpedaling back, it doesn't work. You need to sprint back. You need to get in a defensive stance with your feet set. Look at this player backpedaling. Feet are never set, not in a defensive stance. So what does that mean? That means you can easily now get beat backdoor, which is what happens. Okay, so this is Zach Collins' ball screen right here. Okay, so Zach Collins, if you're switching, if you're in drop coverage, if you're edging, it's Zach Collins' responsibility. It is not Devontae Graham. Like, what, does Devontae Graham switching this? His man's not setting a screen. So now Jaylen Brown's just wide open. Okay, what is the Spurs player doing? You got to stay connected to your man. Now, Malcolm Brogdon doesn't set a screen. He slips it. So you need to stay with your man when he's doing so. Like, look at this. Why is this... Like, now you can't guard Malcolm Brogdon. If you are switching this screen, you need to get underneath the screener. When you switch over the top of the screener, look what happens. Now this player's got to stay in backside help, and now his man is open at the three-point line. Zach Collins cannot just stand in the middle of nowhere. You have to get up. You have to be ready to guard someone. Like, look at Zach Collins. He's supposed to be guarding Al Horford. Like, you can't be underneath the free throw line and expect to be able to guard Al Horford. Okay, again, we have another horrible switch. This Spurs player needs to get underneath the screener when he switches. Look when you switch over the top. Now, this player's got to slide in and backside help, which means Zach Collins has to stay here, and there's nobody to guard Al Horford. Okay, so this player has zero chance of guarding Marcus Smart. I mean, not in a defensive stance, his feet aren't set, forget about it. So, if that's the case, first of all, this player can't be just not seeing the ball. That can never happen. You've got to be seeing the ball and your man. And this player's got to, and because you need to be in help here, because this player's going to have to get up and play Marcus Smart on his side. So you're forcing him into help here. But, yeah, all of that stuff never happened. Bad switch. This Spurs player is conceding this switch too early. Look at this Spurs player. See how he's already walking into a screen, ready to switch? Well, Jaylen Brown hasn't come off of any screen yet. So this player now is going to have to switch way too early because you switched way too early. So now he can't guard Jaylen Brown. He's out of position, and it's good night. Can you just play defense on Jaylen Brown? Why this horrible Look at this gambling right there. Like, you're not going to be able to slide your feet when you're gambling. Like, come on. Okay, so Keita Bates-Diop has no chance of guarding Jaylen Brown on the open floor. It's not his fault. This is the way the floor is. He's not going to be able to guard the ball. So this player here, coming back, has nothing to do but help on the ball. So don't gamble at the ball. Come over here to get Jaylen Brown's dribble picked up. See, like, this is right now. Instead of that gamble right there, just get underneath Jaylen Brown and make sure his dribble's picked up. Because, again, you gambling here, his dribble's not picked up, and Keita Bates-Diop still can't guard the ball. There was a lot that was wrong with this play. We will just look at the gambling. You have no hope of guarding the ball if you are just going to gamble like this. Look at this. How are you going to slide your feet when that's how you're defending Jaylen Brown? You're not. The shot goes up. If you are Doug McDermott, you should be sprinting back now. Okay? Sprint back now. You're just staring at the shot. That's accomplishing nothing. Sprint back. Because look what happens when you don't sprint back. Look at this. Now you're backpedaling back, and you have no chance of guarding Malcolm Brogdon if all you're doing is backpedaling. This amount of effort guarding Jaylen Brown's hard enough to guard one-on-one when you're giving full effort. Giving full effort means I'm sprinting back, I'm in a defensive stance, my feet are set. This Spurs player, look at this. Are you kidding? You're going to guard Jaylen Brown that way.